everybody doing? This is Mr. Abdullah with another episode of FYE. I think we're gonna call this thing FYE TV. I like that. Now listen, initially I was gonna do a video regarding banking, checking and savings. And I started thinking about, man, when was the last time I wrote a check? And I said, I don't even use checks and checking accounts the same way as I used to. I really use a lot of electronic payments. So I thought it only made sense if I went on ahead and started showing you the ins and outs of the things that you already use, but probably give you a little bit more insight in some of those things by sharing with you a few other platforms. And a segment entitled Get Money, Send Money. All right, so let's get started. All right. We all know electronic payments. We utilize them all the time. We utilize them in our personal life. We utilize them sometimes for business. But we also maybe get married to one particular platform. And I thought it would be very, very important that I share with you some of the different platforms you can utilize. All right, we all know about Cash App. Everybody has a Cash App. I know some grandparents that use it. Like, can I Cash App you, Mr. Abdullah? I'm like, okay, Grandma, I got you. But let's go into it. It's an electronic payment system. The benefits are you get a free optional debit card. It gives you the option to receive it, and you don't pay any money for it. You can use it as an ATM card, use it in stores. That's a good thing. Also, you can get cash boosts, which give you 10% off certain vendors, like as it says in the presentation, DoorDash. So that's pretty cool. Also a good plus if you want to dibble and dabble in some of the trading markets, you can actually buy and sell Bitcoin on Cash App, which is kind of good. If you want to get into that market, put $10 here, $30 there. Yeah, it doesn't hurt just to get into the investment game. It can be your intro. One of the drawbacks is that a Cash App charges 3% to people who use a credit card to send money. You can use a credit card, but it's going to charge you. It's going to tax you. Also, if you receive money, you can either get it instantly for a fee, a couple pennies on a dollar, or you can wait a couple of days. I'm going to say maybe 2 to 5 business days, 5 max, and that's if you're a new user. It does say that Cash App will charge a 1.5% fee with a minimum of 25 cents, which is cool. So if somebody sends you $5, you get 4.75. You don't need the whole 5, do you? But if you do, then you're good to go. All right, next we have Zelle. I use Zelle a lot myself. Then again, I do have checking accounts and savings accounts. So that's kind of one of those things. It does happen instantly. That's the beautiful thing about it. The money, as soon as they Zelle to you, it goes right into your account. And the good thing about it, you can have just about any bank. If you have any one of the mainstream banks, like let's say Bank of America, Citibank, even the smaller ones that are known in the Northeast, such as Popular, things like that, those banks work with the Zelle. Now, you cannot connect a credit card. Got to remember that a credit card is not accessible through Zelle, but you can use a bank card. And the services, it says here, typically requires a smartphone. So you can use it through your bank, but if you don't, your computer for your bank. But if you don't, then you're going to have to use a mobile device. So if you have friends, family that want to send you money, they have Zelle on their bank accounts, boom, set it up for them, you're good to go. Next, we got PayPal. Now, PayPal for me has been a godsend. I've been using PayPal since 2002. And because I've been using it for so long, I don't have to normally wait that long for the transfer of funds. So it says it's widely used. It has had many payment functions. So you do peer-to-peer purchase. Also with PayPal, they're allowing you to buy Bitcoin as well. That's a great thing about it. That's a more recent addition to PayPal. Now you can send up to $60,000 for all you big ballers, but you're limited to $10,000 in a single transaction. So you gotta make sure your account is verified. It's a process. They send you a couple pennies and they ask you how much did they send you to verify that it's your account. One of the drawbacks is that there is a fee to use a credit card or a debit card or a PayPal credit to send money. It's a 2.9% transaction fee. And if you have PayPal credit, it works like a credit card and has interest rates. And they say here that they're on par with credit cards. So that can be low as 3% all the way up to 20%. So I don't really know. You got to look into it yourself to find out what your personal credit score is and what credit limit they'll give you. Transfers can take some time to move from your bank account to PayPal. Like I said before, if you haven't been there with them for a while, what ends up happening is they say, we don't know this guy, this girl, so we're going to wait a minute and make sure this bank account, this transaction is righteous. For me, it takes about 2 days. But like I said, I've been with PayPal since 2002. I've got a long record with them. But it's something to consider. If you have parents that have used online purchasing, let me see, Etsy, eBay, maybe bought things from vendors that they like, Tanga, things like that. They can use PayPal. It's a great option. Next is Venmo. Venmo is it's kind of popular actually. It says here a lot of people use it. They have 40 million users. It's not really popular amongst us in the neighborhoods. We like to use Cash App, sometimes PayPal, but it does have some good plus. A lot of people use it. Also, they give like Cash App, they give you a free optional debit card. Use it for ATM purchases. You can use it to swipe or whatever. So it's a good thing. There is a fee to send money via the credit card. It says here 3% of the transfer total. So 3% of however much you spend, that's how much you have to pay. It depends. If you want to make it quick and you have the credit card, go for it. But just remember, it's 3% of how much you're going to be spending. Also, there's a charge for instant cash out transfer. So if you're going to get it instantly, it's going to be just like Cash App with a minimum of 25 cents and maximum of $10. But for me, I always go the free route. It takes 1 to 3 business days, something like that. Normally I get it within 2 days, 2 business days. I try to make my purchases on like a Monday. I don't like to do it over the weekend because that extends the time. So just be mindful of that. Next, we have Google Pay. Now, a lot of people have Android devices. A lot of people don't. A lot of people have Apple devices, but Apple Pay and Google Pay, they work the same. It's an NFC reader, which is on your phone. You put it next to the device, boop, boom, you got your money. It's great to go. This is some of the benefits. It said it's good for you day-to-day shopping. I haven't really, because I'm an Apple user, I have an iPhone and I have MacBooks. I don't really utilize Google Pay, so I don't see it when I go to stores, but I do see the Apple Pay logo. When your mind's attuned to something, you think about something, you see it everywhere. That's kind of how it is. So, but I would suspect that the store does accept Apple Pay. They do accept Google Pay. So, and that's a lot of places. Now, it could be used on Apple devices. Now, that's a plus. You can use it on an iPhone. So, like I have Google Pay on my iPhone, so that's good, and it works like Cash App. The Apple Pay, we'll talk about that in a little bit, is only limited to Apple devices, but we know how they get down. Now, the downside is only available in the U.S. It's only supported on U.S. banks. So if your family members live abroad and they have a bank account with a bank in their country, it may not work. You got to be mindful of that. So if you're going to have family or friends from another country send you money, if you're trying to use Google Pay, it may not work. And you can't use a credit card to send money. You can only use bank account information. They don't want a lot of fraud. They're working on the fraud thing, which you got to respect. All right. Next, of course, infamous Apple Pay. Apple Pay, everybody uses Apple Pay. The beautiful thing about it is that Apple Pay is everywhere. Starbucks, your sneaker stores, your bookstores, everything, restaurants. So it's a great thing. And nowadays, because of the pandemonium, the panrific foolishness going on, people don't want to touch your money. They don't want to touch your card. So they say, hey, you got Apple Pay? Boop, got your money. It's very convenient. One of the drawbacks, it doesn't work on non-Apple devices. You can't download Apple Pay onto a Google Android phone. So they're very, very protective about their proprietary their inventions, their software, hardware, everything. So just know that. But because most people that you may know might have an iPhone, you can send money to them. You can set it up in an account. It's beautiful. It works well. I use it with my family. Now, this is one that kind of flew over my head and it just slipped under the radar because I've seen it, but I just vowed never to use it, which is electronic payments through a lot of apps like Twitter, Snapchat. They have these things. A lot of you guys might use Snapchat. You're significantly younger than me, so you might use it. But Facebook Messenger allows users to send money internationally, which is a good thing. So if you're in a pinch and you need to send some money, you can go to Facebook Messenger It's a convenient way to pay or request money from friends, like you can with Cash App. You can request money, and the money transfers happen quickly. Um, Drawbacks, basic features, not a lot of bells and whistles. It's not trying to look all shiny. It's just, hey, you want some money, grab some money. You want to get some money, get some money. Also, just remember a lot of scams going on with those things. A lot of the princes and princesses calling you up saying they need help taking putting water in their village. So they're gonna try to scam you. Be very mindful. So in summary, we talked about Zelle, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Google Pay, Apple Pay, and social media. They're what they're best known for and their best features. So do me a favor. When you get a chance, go through this again. I'm gonna put it into the classroom. I need you to look at it so you can make some informed decisions. Hell, download them all if you need. It doesn't matter. It's not the ones that don't cost you. Download them all. But also be mindful that your payment information, banking information, is accessible, and it all can be hacked. It's nothing's unhackable. So just remember. Once again, this is another episode of FYE TV. It's much love to you all. I'm here for you, and I want to be the best resource you can find possible. All right, peace and love.